The U.S. Open field consists of 156 of the best golfers from all over, but more than a dozen of them have a connection to the Star City, having played in the annual Scott Robertson Memorial Tournament.
Oh, this is unbelievable for me. I get to see some of our old players from the Scott Robertson here, plus the best players in the world, without a doubt.
Tim Bybee serves as the co-chairman for the Scott Robertson and is in Charleston as a volunteer for the Open. He says it's a joy to see Scott Robertson alum perform on the biggest stage for women's golf.
It's pretty impressive for us and humbling, to tell you the truth, that those players would want to come to Little Roanoke, Virginia and play in a tournament.
Some have not only played at the junior golf tournament, but they won it and the U.S. Open as well, such as Paula Creamer, Ariya Jutanugarn, and most recently, Alexa Pano.
I love going from tournament to tournament, and being able to have a win coming into this was big for me, especially at the Scott Robertson, which is a super good event.
The 14-year-old amateur is ready to take on the Country Club of Charleston as the youngest in the field.
I'm really used to being the youngest person in an event. Like, I've been doing that literally since I started golf, so I don't know, it's just kind of fun for me, and I want to be able to do these things at such a young age, so it's really cool for me when I can accomplish that.
The Scott Robertson serving as a gateway of opportunity from the Star City to golf's biggest tournaments. One of every 9 players in this week's tournament have played in the Scott Robertson, which means the winner could very well be an alum of the illustrious junior golf stop in Roanoke. In Charleston, South Carolina, Eric Johnson, 10 Sports.